Hey everyone, welcome to
In the Now. I'm Sinead Renee.
And I'm James Jump. So much going on today's show for the premiere episode. So Sinead, do you want to go into a bit about what we're doing and what the show is about?
We've got all sorts today. So we've got a plethora of guest stars coming in, tuning in to talk to us at the moment. We're going to have sign language, comic books, video games,
UFC, everything. We've got it all and we cannot wait to show you. So how about we jump straight into our first guest?
Yes, so today we're going to be talking, right now we're going to be talking to Jake Riley. He's going to be talking to us about a subject that is very close to his heart.
So Jake has been working on a documentary about the British Sign Language. So do you know any sign language, Sinead? I'm going to take that as a yes. Maybe not. No clue.
Maybe not.
So let's join Jake now.
Hi. According to the British Deaf Association, there are approximately 9 million people in the UK who are deaf or hard of hearing. A vast majority of these people will use BSL as a means of communication, and today I'm going to teach you some basic greetings and the alphabet. Although I'm going to speak as I do the signs, this isn't something you would usually do in a conversation with a deaf or hard of hearing person. You would just mouth the words. And here's the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And that's the alphabet. Once you've learnt the alphabet, you can have a conversation with any deaf person. And it'll take you a while, but it's a possibility. And a deaf person or hard of hearing person would really appreciate that you've taken the time out to learn their language. It's a way of welcoming these people. And now some basic greetings. So, hello, just a wave, normal. How are you? So just how are you? My name is, and then you would finger spell your name. So my name is J-C Jacob. Your name what? And then please and thank you. They are the same thing. That's why you would mouth the words like. And then if you need just help me or help you. And if you're struggling keeping up with some deaf person in a conversation because they do go pretty fast, just slowly. Thank you.
Wow, there was so much there to pick up, so much to learn. Definitely something I'd be interested in.
You know, that was actually really insightful. I actually have a neighbour back in Wolverhampton who's deaf, so I feel like I could pick up some useful tips on that, maybe get some communication on with her.
Defo, you could ask what to do if there's a fire or where's the toilet?
I think she'd know if there was a fire, Jane.
You never know. You got to be safe sometimes.
Okay, so Jake, so when are you hoping for this documentary to premiere?
I'm hoping for it to be done in the summer, should all the interviews line up as I see them.
Fingers crossed.
Awesome.
Cannot wait to see what happens, what comes out of it. I wish you the best luck.
I'm really excited for it. Thank you.
I'm sick and tired of the saturation of the superhero market. There's nothing.
Yeah.
You've got the CW shows, you've got The Boys, you've got a WandaVision. What's a WandaVision? I have no clue. But there is something what I have been looking at, and I cannot wait for it to release. A new superhero
Yeah.
called the Black Cat. And recently, our correspondent, Jackson Johnston Lynch, he's been on the scene interviewing the director and writer for the Black Cat.
Yeah.
And the interview has a lot to say. There's also a chance for a potential TV show, which I cannot wait to see.
Oh, that's amazing.
So let's give the interview a watch.
Hello and welcome, Jackson Johnson Lynch. Good to be here. What's your name again? So, the streets are saying you've been writing a television show known as The Black Cat Strikes. Care to explain? Yes, I have. The Black Cat Strikes is your usual superhero show that focuses on romance and a good old sci-fi-like government agency. Ah, so the Black Cat is a superhero. What is he like? I've taken inspiration from other superhero characters such as Batman and Spider-Man. The Black Cat is similar but starts in a domino effect of events that results in him getting superpowers from a blown-up science facility. Explosions? Didn't take you for a Michael Bay fan. Not a fan. Continue. So what good is a superhero show without some cool villains? The Black Cat Strikes is filled with an interesting lineup of a rogues gallery. Say more. Well, the main villain of Season 1 has a mysterious identity. He goes around murdering people with butter knives as he keeps up a count of how many people he's killed. Name? Killstreak. Sounds a little on the nose. But go on, tell me about another. There's a villain that has a scepter that can control the speed of specific people moving. In his introductory episode, he threatens to blow up a city on live TV. More explosions? I'm not a Michael Bay fan. Give me one more villain. Alright, well, Black Cat's archenemy is another vast villain calling himself the Psychopath. Think of him like the Joker, but his gimmick more so relies on the surprise factor rather than killer clowns. Let me guess. He blows up something. Lucky guess. Alright, I think we've heard enough about the villains. What about the supporting characters? The supporting characters mostly consist of the general friend group that the Black Cat, otherwise known as Kevin Ottman, is part of. Go on. Everyone has an important role. Zack is a childhood best friend that becomes the Gadget Man. I like that show. Then we have a character named Keith. Personally, he's my favourite character, as his character mainly consists of helping out his own friends, while also having this mysteriosity factor to him. I really like the word mysteriosity. We have a character named Sal, being short for Sally. She's a waitress for a cafe that the group of friends always hang out at. Sal is focused on trying to figure out what she wants to do in life and how she can make an impact. There's also a love triangle with her, Kevin and Zack that gradually gets established across the show. Alright, that is all we have for today. Already? I didn't even get to tell you about the government agency. Your days are busy, so go away and make more scripts. But... Alright, cut to the next one, please.
Well, I cannot actually wait to see that.
Me either. Looks like it's got a good narrative, got a good set of characters, something to go off of.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, Jackson, so it looks like you've been working on this film for this series, comic books, for quite a long time. So how many stories have you actually made?
Well, for this particular series, it's been 28, but I've been writing like other series, and altogether that's been around 200 episodes.
Wow, that's amazing.
There's so much material to go off on, so I cannot wait to see what you manage to get done with this, because the idea and the characters, like Gadget Man and everything, it just seems a lot to go off on. It seems pretty cool.
Yeah, sounds like some good stuff. Well, Jackson, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you.
Sounds like a sequel coming on.
Perhaps, you know what, I love how the kind of like the old timey comic book characters and the modern twist. It kind of like just blends together. You know what I mean?
Lens. Mixture. It sounds like our sponsor, Creations by Viva Blend.
Yes, and there's some fun. It's got a fascinating new offer of creations by Viva Blend. Goes wherever you go, blend on the go. Juice blender, which specialises in mixing healthy fruits and veg into fabulous juices, smoothies, cocktails, and mixes.
You can simply charge it with a USB port. Zzz.
Or do that again.
I mean, come on, you can put it in the back of your taxi and an Uber and just start using it. It's great.
And it's so easy to clean as well. You can apply all types of vegetables and fruits, and it actually gives you recipes on the back for you to blend a nice cocktail.
You know what? It's fast and easy on the go. Creations by Viva Blend. Yeah. But you can use our promo code COLC Condo. Just use the promo code. It's a pretty cool code.
Yeah, heard it here first, here on In the Now.
Comes in a variety of colours too.
So we have a group of young filmmakers from the City of Liverpool College, and they're currently on a Zoom talking about the filmmaking and within the female aesthetic.
The lads, we're talking about girls.
You ever heard of the Bechdel test?
Sinead, I'm a filmmaker.
You think?
Actresses. Anyway, these lads were discussing the Bechdel theory around the question: why should women sit around only talking about men if it's their only being? But here's a fun little fact: in the Bechdel test, the person who made it, her favorite film of all time, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it doesn't actually pass it. So she says that it doesn't matter if it passes or not. It's just she described it as something fun to do for film.
Yeah, and you know all those old-timey films where, you know, the women are constantly crying over men and getting frustrated with men, angry with men.
All right, calm down, Sinead. Give it to me later. But the Bechdel test, we're gonna sit around the round table of young filmmakers and ask them which film passes or fails the Bechdel test. Quiz time!
Okay, so welcome to the round table, the COLC round table, here talking about the Bechdel test as the young filmmakers make their comments and begin.
The Bechdel test was originally inspired by a 1985 installment of Alison Bechdel's comic Dykes to Watch Out For. It features a character with 3 basic requirements for a movie. It has to have at least 2 named female characters. They have to talk to each other, and the conversation has to discuss something besides a male character. Does anyone have any examples of a pass for the Bechdel test?
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
How does that pass? What females talk to each other?
I wish I knew the answer to this. But I know that it definitely does pass somehow.
Okay.
If he said that it passes or it fails, did he say it fails? Yeah. He said it passes. Jake, James, disagree.
I've personally never seen Sonic the Hedgehog movie, so I can't say whether it does or doesn't.
Fair enough. James?
Well, I think there's a big theory of the obvious being conversation happening between two female characters about males. But plenty of children movies have failed because they haven't provided that conversation. So there's been no conversation at all. A good example is Toy Story, where the plot's obviously nothing to do with gender. But I think the audience and the target audience drives to avoid that. And it goes unnoticeable with like parents watching, I think.
So what so do you say that Toy Story is an example of a pass or a fail?
Fail because there's 2 female characters, but there's no conversation like directly between them in that moment of the narrative.
Baby Driver failed because it had 2 named female characters, Deborah darling, but throughout the whole film, they never interact with one another. It's just, and there's no other female characters. There's like a short conversation between one of them and a female waitress, but the waitress isn't a named character, so that's why it fails. They've got to be named.
Yeah, I think I remember that because like Baby or Baby Driver or whatever his name was, he goes in, he knows this girl and he wants to get away, and she's just there as like kind of like arm candy in a way, right?
Yeah,
My driver's seat, you know.
just for
I'm
the male
laying
gaze
down.
theory, I guess.
No, male gaze. I mean, like, you know, but it's hood ornament. You know, anybody could have played that part. You know, I mean, it really didn't take any much acting into it, and I'm pretty sure that's about this Bechtel test as well. Is that fact that you know women are just window dressing, and Baby
Yeah,
Driver, that was the case, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Frozen 2.
And do you think Frozen 2 passes or fails?
I think it passes. I feel like most animated children movies in today's day and age passes the Bechdel test due to the I guess you could say the good wokeness that the films have, and how it like teaches the young generation about like representation and like gender equality and stuff like that.
But the princesses used to start with waiting for Prince Charming, and then you know, as we got closer to the millennial, the princesses usually beat the pants off of the male heroes like Frozen, Tangled, you know, all that. Would you agree?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
No, so it's like but yeah, so it's like a change of pace. It's like also what's ironic is that it's like now it's like it's now it's like the more adult like oriented movies failed the Bechdel test. For example, Will Smith's the Gemini Man fails the Bechdel test, and other like say somewhat blockbuster hits.
All right. Any final thoughts from you there, James?
I think that the Bechtel test, they in the end is driven. It's like almost like a secret drive between the audience and the producers, and it's I think if a film passes or fails it, I don't think it's that very noticeable. But it's very noticeable when you think about the amount of films fail it, but other films pass it, such as The Hunger Games, with Katrina and her sister Primrose. But yet again, that's because the narrative doesn't suit to failing the Bechdel test, but it's better to pass it than to fail it.
Exactly. Final thoughts, Jacob, before we leave this roundtable.
I think it needs to be more updated to fit in with the types of films, because I've noticed there was a lot of feminist films that failed the Bechdel
Yeah,
test.
it's
Like,
strange, isn't it?
yeah, like there was a film called Alex Strangelove, I think it was, and that showed it was a main character was a male, but his girlfriend was very like out there. She knew what she wanted. She was very independent. She wasn't just his bit on the side. She knew what she wanted, like sexually. I don't know. But she knew what she wanted, and she was independent. Is the best way to say it. But then, because there's no conversation between the female characters, because the main story predominantly is Alex True Love, the main character's like realizing he's gay. There's no conversation between the females within the film, so even though it's a feminist film, pretty big out there, it fails the Bechdel test.
Wow. Well, I want to just thank you, gentlemen, as young filmmakers of tomorrow, to sit in here and have this roundtable discussion around the Bechtel test. It's kind of like as the host talked about, like guys talking about girls, what? But no. But we want to thank you guys very much for joining us in the roundtable.
Makes you think.
Me too.
Sinead, I never.
Calm down. As if.
Cool.
Because I'd flip you 3 ways from Sunday.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyways, on a more serious and poignant note, our correspondent James Whitfield has a personal concern during these pandemic because of fireworks, and it doesn't seem like they're limited to bonfire night or mischief night now.
Yes, we're hearing more whams and pows than and we're not even in the Batman marathon.
Batman.
Run with me here. Anyway, let's cut the James in his own home with his trusty terrier. Oh my god, dogs.
Oh my god, dogs.
PTSD is a big issue for soldiers and wildlife alike. For instance, many wild birds get their natural habitats destroyed because of fireworks, and it wouldn't be fair on them if that would continue. Another big issue is PTSD among soldiers, where 4 to 5% of the population do suffer from PTSD, and most of them are war veterans, so it wouldn't be kind where someone would send an explosion that will remind them of how they won our freedom, so it will literally be fired back at them. And I also think it's not right that people do that in such boredom within the COVID-19 lockdown. For instance, my dog Dolly, among many dogs, suffers from PTSD within fireworks, as their tiny little brains cannot work out what this unexpected loud danger is. Most of the time it's normally bonfire night and New Year's Day where they suffer from the PTSD, but now it was more regular because of the COVID-19 lockdown. Many people are stuck inside, bored, not knowing what to do, and now because of that, they go down to the daft path, and it leaves many dogs alike to suffer from these consequences. The laws on fireworks are strict, but I do feel like they can be stricter. On bonfire night, the cut-off is midnight, and New Year's Eve, Diwali and Chinese New Year, the cut-off is 1 AM. Apart from that, all fireworks must not be used between 11 PM and 7 AM. You can only buy fireworks in 3 main spells of the year, and that's the 15th of October to the 10th of November, which is the Halloween bonfire night running, the 26th to the 31st of December, that's between Boxing Day and New Year, and the build up to celebrating another year being added onto the calendar, and also 3 days before Diwali and Chinese New Year that offer cultural celebration. Obviously big celebrations, but in the 21st century you could feel like these could be moved on from.
You know, it is really interesting to see kind of like the correlation between dogs and veterans getting like these triggers from fireworks. Like, you'd think they'd do good as therapy animals, you know what I mean? Like, get through it together.
It's universal. It's shocking that somehow people manage to get fireworks after their sell-by date, and the amount of the explosion, the sounds, what some are still legal to this day.
It's all year round as well.
It's
like, just get them online.
Yeah,
it's not great, is it?
I mean, it needs to be a better system. But why, James? Why is this a cause to you? What's the subject? Like, why does this mean to you? What does the subject mean to you?
It's a constant annoyance, really, where it's something unnecessary getting set off regularly that's annoying. Not just my dog Dolly, as I've said, but I mentioned there being local birds, and it's not fair considering it's just one thing that's meant to look pretty, but it does a lot more damage than it does good.
100%, a lot of
I
damage
agree.
happens.
Yeah. Oh bless.
I mean, I hope that I'm glad that you've raised some awareness for this, and I'm glad to see what you do in the future.
Of course.
Do you have a dog, Sinead?
No, I have a hamster.
I have nothing to say to that.
I don't know if she's scared of fireworks. I'm yet to find out. Anyway, it's finally time for our music segments. We have now Emily Gallagher. She's a resident performer here at Big Condo, and this is her song Run.
Well, the ocean seems deeper, deeper than before. And the devil, he's knocking, yeah, on your door. You better run, 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 run for your life. You better hop, skip, jump over the night to save your life. When the wind seems colder as it's seeping through my door, suffocating me, and I can't sleep anymore. I toss and turn like I did before. You better run. You better run, 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 run for your life. You better hop, skip, jump over the night to save your life tonight. You better run. The silhouettes on the ceiling, closing in the evening, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. You better run, you better run, you better run. You better run, you better run, 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 run. You better run, you better run, 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 run. You better run, 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 run for your life. You better hop, skip, jump over the night to save your life tonight.
Raking up over around 12,000 views on the YouTube video for the music video. It's got so much though, like it's filmed in multiple locations. Behind the scenes, there's a lot going on. It's filmed in a few forests, that's right. I think that's correct.
Yeah, it's like nice colours.
Yeah, it's very
Alice in Wonderland
yeah,
aesthetic.
saturated colours, the dresses, the way it all just flows together. It's a bunch of continuity editing, stuff like that. It's really cool to see about how it came together and
Yeah.
fits the vibe of the song so much because it tells a narrative in a way. It tells a story of Emily like running from her problems. Like she's with a mirror and she
Yeah.
starts looking like I really enjoyed the music video. I reckon definitely.
Yeah, good one to go on your jogs with.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
The song's definitely something to go on your jogs with, motivate you.
Definitely.
I hope you enjoyed Run by Emily Gallagher. So now we'll be talking about sports, a little bit about UFC. And remember, the first rule of UFC Club, don't talk about UFC Club. I think I got the wrong film.
Yeah, maybe. Got the wrong thing.
Do you want to lead into what we're doing?
We now cut to Luke Hamid on his montage of the UFC champion fight.
wow, I love the continuity editing on that. It was great. It was fast paced. It kept me informed. I've never seen UFC,
Yeah.
and I loved it. It made me want to watch.
I think you're more of a KFC dude than a UFC
I am more,
dude.
Sinead, I am more of a KFC dude, always and forever. KFC till I die. Yep, trilogy box meal. But anyway, Luke, I understand that you can't be here today because your granddad is currently battling COVID. I wish you and your granddad the best of luck.
Yeah, the best of luck to you indeed. Yeah.
So, with me right now, I have a very special guest, Joe Mulholland.
Look at that.
Oh.
Look
Look
who's
at
here.
that.
Look who's here. Big Joe.
Wow.
Joe, it's
Hey,
absolutely
Melody.
amazing to see you. So, you've been brought on today because we're here to talk about gaming, PS5 related.
Too right.
So, before we get into that, you played Cyberpunk, I'm guessing.
I have played Cyberpunk.
You understand it's a buggy mess.
It's disgusting.
It's
a disgusting
It's a
mess.
disgusting mess.
But it's like the most polished head I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
yeah, exactly. It's
Like-
it looks amazing, but when you taste it, it tastes like acid. It's horrible. It's horrible. No, but it's not like that. If you're one of the lucky few to get a PS5 or an Xbox, but people have been holding people at gunpoint to get one. Like there's been trucks like robbed, and there's been
Yeah.
sellers and like
I think
people.
you're trying to tell us something here.
If
Do you know where I can get one?
So if you saw me on the M53, yeah, that didn't happen. No, yeah. So people have been robbing them like left, right, and centre. The scalpers are getting them. My mate managed to get one for £700.
£700.
Where does your mate? What is your mate doing?
I don't know why he's spending. I don't know why he's
What are you spending?
No, I don't know why he's spending that. But PS5, have you got one yet?
No,
No.
absolutely
Oh.
not. And I hate you for having it, but I'm just gonna pretend like I don't. I'm just gonna say you're like, wow, that's really cool. Yeah, you're so cool. You have PlayStation 5.
I have a few left from what I robbed. I mean, from what I acquired. My uncle. No.
I've never been happier to be an Xbox girl than right now.
I mean, Xbox has been easier to get. Like they're eating.
Yeah,
their
it's been the better selling console overall because
No.
we've got no drama.
I mean, because I think it's only the better selling console because Sony made like 10 of them. It's Sony made, like, 10 like,
Sony didn't make them, mate. It was Microsoft.
no, the PlayStation 5.
Oh,
yeah.
the play.
Like-
Maybe, yeah.
Like 'cause Xbox started their production like a year ahead of Sony.
Yeah.
So like I think like a week before release, Sony was like, "Should we make some consoles? I think we need I think we need some consoles for this Spider-Man game." Like they just thought they made a few of them, set them out there. But yeah, scalpers are going crazy for them. If you go on eBay and type in PS5, a lot like in the beginning, if you typed in PS5, people will be selling images of the PS5.
Oh, the
Yeah,
box.
they've been selling
Yeah.
like boxes for like 500
What
quid.
they say in the description, box.
Yeah.
People are like, oh my god, it's PS5, I've got to get it, it's a cheap price. But in reality, they just bought a box or a picture, and it's like they can't get a refund because...
I was gonna say, can you get a refund with that? Because it's technically still in the description.
No, because you can't get a refund, because if they put no refunds or returns, and then they put, it's a box, you're being scammed, Lamau. Like, technically, they put something
Scam
like that.
Lamau.
Lol, get scammed. There's a bunch in market. Like I'm in a few Facebook market groups, and there's so many like fake ones going around.
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure.
It's
Amazing.
it's quite funny because you can always tell when people are fake because they use the exact same image. If you type in PS5 on carpet, they use the exact same image as well.
Is that what they said?
Yeah,
PS5 on carpet.
on carpet.
JPEG.
You know, when you use carpet, it's instantly safe. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. But I mean, hopefully you can get one in the future. Like, unless you're gonna like fight someone or fight.
I will contact you later after this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hook me up.
100%.
You
I'm
know.
going to charge double. Like, there's no doubt about it, man. There is no doubt. But yeah, I hope anyone here who is trying to get the consoles managed to get one instead of a scalper. Because it is great when people get in the hands of the consoles. There's a few games coming out: Horizon Zero Dawn 2, God of War 2, which I can't wait for.
Oh, Resident Evil 8. I'm ready for
I
the
haven't played.
village.
I haven't played Resident Evil.
You not played Resident?
I've not played, but I've seen some trailers.
Don't
And
speak to me.
Sorry. I'm sorry. No, but there's so much going on. I want another Doom game, Wolfenstein coming out. I want more, so I can't wait to see what comes out. Like,
Yeah.
it's gotta be fun seeing the future of gaming with the new consoles.
Yeah.
If people can get them, that's a different story.
Yeah.
That is the question.
Like with the Switch, it was fine. Like
Yeah.
with Switches, like they saw that for a week.
Yeah, that's Nintendo though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo.
They're
are
on
good.
it.
Yeah,
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, Nintendo. Like, I mean, like still, Pokemon Black and White has not dropped its original price point since it got released.
Not a lot of Nintendo games have though, really, have they?
It's only the bad ones or the ones where like the person's controversial.
But that's the thing about Nintendo. They always have to have this weird quirk about everything they release. Like, you know, on the consoles, like the Switch and that.
Yeah.
They always have to... Yeah.
Yeah.
They always have to have something that's like, oh, it can
Going
do
on.
this. We can...
Have you seen like the Wii Fit, but it's for the Switch and it's like a bloody hoop?
But
I was like,
the steering wheel.
no, steering wheel.
Yeah.
I was like, that would snap instantly.
They had something
Got my
called
hands on it.
Labo, which is they sold cardboard.
Yes, and you made the little things.
Couldn't you make like a VR headset?
Yeah,
with that?
yeah. They genuinely got away with selling cardboard for 80 quid and said it was immersive.
They actually do.
And I'm genuinely proud of Nintendo for doing that.
Yeah.
Japan, everyone. Japan.
Doing their thing.
They're innovating. It's like with the Nintendo Switch cartridge. If you lick it, it tastes like poison.
What?
That's so kids won't eat it. No word of a lie.
Tastes like poison.
Wait, it tastes bad.
It tastes horrible.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
But then
I didn't know
everyone just started tasting them.
Yeah.
Because he tasted bad.
Like when I got one, the first thing I done, like I licked my Mario Odyssey. I was like it's like lick my Zelda cartridge. You know, it's like.
Oh, you licked both of them.
You lick both of them to make sure.
Yeah. So it wasn't.
Anyway, that's been gaming with Joe.
Yes.
And that was the first episode of In the Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
really enjoyed ourselves filming this first episode of the morning show. Yeah.
Very nice, very lovely to do. We'd like to play special thanks to the City of Liverpool College.
Yeah, and everybody involved.
Including
Jacob Riley,
James Whitfield,
Jackson Johnson Lynch,
Joe Mulholland,
Luke Hamid,
Emily Calico,
and Sarah Taylor Potts.
And don't forget the Big Condo team. Everyone here, I have been James Jump.
I was Sinead Renee.
And this has been
In the Now.
Thank you all for watching.
Bye.